Hello, 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 everybody. I see that we do have some people. Welcome. Come on in the room. I am Jeanette Greenwood, and I am super excited tonight. Go ahead and hit that share button, y'all, and share this live. We have some amazing guests that are coming on with us tonight. Look, I see people popping in. This is yay. We love that. Go ahead and let me give y'all my house rules, okay? Every house got rules, right? So when you come in, speak. I'm old school. When we walk in people's house, we have to say hello. So I am waiting for y'all. I got somebody speaking. Hello. And I hope I don't mess up your name. Is it Sanaya Cope? And if not, we're gonna get that together. But hello. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And with the last name Cope, I know you are a family to our guest tonight. Backstage, y'all, I have an amazing filmmaker who has entered her film into Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards 2025. And we're super excited to have her on. And we're going to get a chance to talk about this project. We're going to talk about why she entered it. But after reading her mini bio, I noticed that this film is about human trafficking, and that caught my attention. So without further ado, I need to get her on. I'm bringing to the stage. And the way that we give love, you type in hearts, you give hearts. We can't see you other than read what you say. So to clap for her, go ahead and give her a bunch of hearts, type them in or just push them. And let's welcome to the stage, Sydney Cope. Hi, Sydney. I think you're on mute.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yay! Oh, that's okay. So, is how you pronounce your mom? Is it
It's Sonia is her name.
Sonia. I've never seen Sonia spelled like that.
I know. We break it up like Sonia.
I love it. Hi, Sydney, mom. Wow, Sydney. Well, let me just first say thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you so much for entering your project into Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards. And I want to know who you are, what do you do, and why did you enter your film? And tell us a little bit about your project.
All right. So I'm Sydney. I actually got into the film world through acting when I was about 12, 13 years old. And then I ended up moving to Los Angeles for a period of time to pursue my career out there. I also make music, and I'm a singer-songwriter.
Oh.
And that kind of was my initiative to producing and directing my own projects, was through my own music videos. And I fell in love with that process. And then once COVID hit, I moved back to Dallas, Texas, where I was born and raised, and ended up going to Orlando, Florida to study film production and just learn everything beyond being on camera. And I fell in love with it even more. And while I was there, I had an opportunity to write a short film script, and it got selected. And my film branded as one of my first full short films that I got to write and direct, and have a huge, amazing crew on it. So it was a very amazing experience. And now I'm learning what it's like to enter my own project to film festivals. So it's very exciting.
That is exciting. And y'all, I actually got a trailer, so I will be showing that. Let me tell you, I'm looking at these comments. You have a lot of support. Look at this. Uncle Greg.
Hey, okay. Hey, fam.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. And that is so important in this industry because we beat ourselves down enough by ourselves. And it's always good to have somebody there to stand and clap for you and cheer you on. And that is actually the whole purpose we created. The reason why behind Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards is to give a space to our independent filmmakers out in not just Dallas and Fort Worth, because I'm from Fort Worth, funky town, woo woo. But I just wanted to be able to provide a platform for Texas, because Texas is doing some amazing things. And right here in my hometown, Fort Worth, we got some stuff going on in Fort Worth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about our 2025. This is our third annual, and we are really excited about all of the submitters that came in. So we did something a little different this year. Normally, we only interview the people that got nominated, and I'm like, you know what? That's not fair. We didn't interview everybody that want to be interviewed. We did not pull her arm. We sent out an email and say, look, we got some slots open. Who want to come talk? She came and said, hey, I want to talk. And so she's here. It is beautiful to see the family. Now, this film, branded, I'm sorry. Man, human trafficking. What drove you to write about such a needed topic? Because Dallas alone, the human trafficking that is happening in Dallas is off the charts.
Yes.
What drove you to write about this?
So when I was about, I think I was actually like 13 years old, I was a part of a nonprofit organization, and it was myself and several other singers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we partnered with this organization called Traffic 911. And we would perform at different venues in the DFW area, and we'd help promote this nonprofit organization. And it was an organization that worked one-on-one with human trafficking victims. And ever since I was little, that was like my first time learning about what human trafficking was. And a lot of my friends my age had no idea. And I realized it's something that everybody should know about. And ever since then, that's the stories I had heard from different victims always kind of stuck with me. And I knew I either wanted to be a part of a project that was about the topic, I wanted to act in something, and I never had the opportunity come to me. So I was like, I'm just going to make my own story. And yeah, I'm very proud of this project, because my film actually, rather than focusing on the story of a victim's life prior and then their kidnapping to if they're fortunate enough to be rescued, my story focuses on the recovery process. Because I thought, what if I was put in this type of situation and I was rescued, what would I do next? And so just because someone's rescued, it doesn't mean they're saved. So the story focuses on the recovery.
Wow, that is so amazing. And I told you backstage, I definitely want to get with you. I don't judge any film, so I don't know who's winning, who's not. But regardless, I want to definitely get with you, because that is a topic that we cover here at our nonprofit, Ladies in Film and Television. And that is a big, we actually, our event last year was human trafficking was one of our major topics at the event. And so to see this film entered, I am so excited, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best, nothing but the best. I want to show a clip. Do you mind if I show the clip right now?
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to show a clip, y'all. I mean, this film, I'm telling you. So give me just 1 second, y'all. I'm working by myself. I say, next year I'm asking for I need producers, okay? I need producers. So hold on. We're gonna show. Let me see. I got it. I do pretty good alone. We're gonna remove ourselves so they can get the full effect. Wow, could everyone hear? Could y'all hear it? Was everyone able to hear it? Was you able to hear it, Sydney?
Yes, I was able to hear it.
Because they changed some stuff. I used to have to click a button to say sound. It's not there anymore. I'm like, I hope they can hear it. Awesome. So everybody's saying yes, they could hear it. Wow. Oh my God. Amazing. Again, this topic is very much needed, and I'm so proud of you to actually step out and just be brave and write about something that is really scary.
Yeah.
And I feel that this definitely will bring awareness, and I'm sure it has already. Have you been out? I know you said you was part of another organization, but as far as your film, have you been using that for awareness purposes?
So I actually just recently started the film festival submission process with this film. So going into the next year, I am hoping to hear more feedback from festivals. Again, this is my first kind of experience with my own baby, is what I call this film, and seeing what happens with it. But that's actually definitely in the future, as I want to connect with nonprofits and see how this film could maybe help bring awareness to this topic.
Awesome. Well, one thing I'm really pushing and promoting TIFA, which is Texas Indie Filmmaker Award. Our judges do give feedback. They give amazing feedback, and that will be available to you after everything is judged and everything. So I love the fact that we are able to give that feedback from the judges. So you will definitely get that. What made you enter your project into Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards?
Well, I've been kind of, like I said, learning process for me, but I've been looking on Film Freeway, and I came across it, and I was like, okay. And every festival I've kind of been researching and going to the website, looking at social medias if there is some, and I found a video. I think it was from this year's Texas Indie Awards
Mhm.
that you guys had, and I was like, okay, yes, I want to be a part of this in some.
Yes, we had an amazing time. We were all dazzled up in our Texas hats, our cowboy hats, and it was Texas all the way. Okay, so we did it. We had a great time. Let me just dab into you. As did you direct? You wrote, direct,
I
and
did both.
produce this
So
project?
so this project actually was towards the end. So I went to Full Sail University out in Orlando, Florida, and that's where I got to learn everything about film, from lighting to audio, editing, directing, everything. And this was kind of like a senior project, and 2 scripts were going to get selected. And my script actually got selected out of about 10 total.
Wow.
And yeah, I was like, okay, wait, this might be okay. And so we actually got to use a soundstage at Full Sail Studios. So in that first scene that you saw in the trailer, and also in the apartment, is all a built set that me and my crew built on a soundstage. And we got to film one location off campus. So technically, this was produced through Full Sail Studios, but all of the team members were like friends of mine and other fellow students in the film industry. So it was a really amazing learning experience.
Wow. Wow. And that is so good. And you say when did you graduate? Did you graduate from film school?
Yes, I graduated at the end of March.
Of this year?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I mean, just looking at the trailer, it looks amazing. And that is so cool that you actually got picked out of 10 scripts. That says a lot, Sydney. That says a lot. Wow, wow. Now, I know producing, and luckily you did have some help. And I know producing indie films can be very challenging. I produced a lot. But how did you navigate budget or logistical hurdles, or did you have to pay anybody, or did everybody just jump in? How did you work that out?
So I'm a big people person. I love meeting new people and networking. And for this, we kind of already had a designated crew, I would say, friends, and we kind of had to work. I had to work and decide who I wanted as my first AD, who I wanted as camera operator, director of photography, all of that. And once we kind of got that figured out, the next step was solidifying locations, which I pretty much was fully in charge of. And I found some resources to use. And then I was also in charge of casting all of the actors for it. So because we were pitching this more of a student project. I talked to all the actors one-on-one, and I was like, unfortunately, we don't have a budget for payment, but you will get demo reel footage, film festival credits, and a fun time.
Hey, who would say no to all of that? Okay. Wow, that is awesome. And you know, that's the cool thing about short film and independent films, because I was listening to you name all the things that you did. And in this indie world, let me tell you, you wear a lot of hats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You wear a lot of, but you know, the cool thing is that this is how we learn, because you had to be the casting director, the location manager. So this just gives us, even though you're all over the place, because I know I've been like, oh my God, but it gives us an opportunity to actually put our hands in everything. And then we'll have a little bit more sympathy, empathy, and all of those things when we get somebody on our team and understand this is the pressure that they have, or you know. So I think that's pretty cool. Oh, next question. What was the most rewarding part of seeing this project come to fruition?
Honestly, I think the most rewarding part was just the full process of everything, going from just me having an idea in my head and then typing out a script and then seeing that in the end come to life in the edit and like the full story being told, I think. So from script to screen, I think that was honestly the most rewarding experience.
You know, and that experience when you actually see your project, you know, because a lot of people, if you're not in film, before I got in film, I would watch TV and I was like, I just thought everything just came together. But
Right?
then when you not like that.
Oh,
So when you get a chance to see how it's actually made, you know, this day we shoot this day we did everything come together, you be like, oh my God.
yes. Yes. And I also think whenever because we kind of all had to brainstorm, and I had such an amazing crew to help tell this story. So another rewarding part would be when we got to the building process of the soundstage and the sets for this film, and just seeing my lead actress or my lead character's world come to life. That and
Yes.
this whole atmosphere I've created is like right in front of me. I can stand in it. That was also really amazing.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm again, I just want to tell you congratulations on your projects. Congratulations on just stepping out and entering film festival. I tell people all the time, enter as many as you can afford, because you know they're not cheap, and some of them that are, you know, you go for what you want, but enter as many as you can, especially those that are providing you feedback on your project. And this is the only way that we grow, and to get it out there. You never know who's watching, who will pick it up, and who will say, hey, Sydney, I like this. Can you write more? Can we get a feature? You know, that's what
Yeah.
we that part. That part. Now, what's the one lesson you learned as a writer or producer, because you're doing it all, director, that you wish you would have known earlier?
Ooh, that is a great question. I would say to not limit the ideas, I guess, whenever you are in the production process, because for me, I wrote the script and I already had a very, particular idea on kind of what I wanted. But then after working with like my production designer on this environment and hearing other feedback from everybody, it's so important to hear other narratives. And also collaboration, I think, is what makes films amazing with other creatives. So working one-on-one with my director of photography and figuring out, okay, how do we want to shoot each scene? Let's talk about this. And I typically in the past for all my music videos, it's just been myself. And then if I hire like people to be in it, and then one camera guy, and that's literally been it. So it's kind of been, I've been doing everything for a while. But for this project in particular, I definitely learned that it's so crucial to collaborate with others because everyone can have such amazing ideas and a different perspective on
Right.
your script, which I think is very, very interesting.
Wow. And collaboration is something, I'm glad you touched on that, because that is something I agree with you 100%. Collaboration is key in this industry. You know, now that if I had to answer that question, I would have said, I wish I would have started collaborating earlier in my career, because trying to do everything on your own or with a few people that you like working with, not saying that's bad, but you can get more when you start branching out and collaborating. And like you say, getting that feedback and making those connections. So I agree with you 110% on that. One more question. I said one more, but my next guest hasn't came in. So we're going to keep talking if you don't mind.
This is right here.
Give me more airtime. Thank you. What advice would you give? And I like the fact that you went to school, and no offense, everybody, you're female. A woman in film. I love it. What advice would you give to aspiring directors looking to make their mark in indie filmmaking? What advice would you give them?
I would say don't be afraid to take bold chances with any ideas that you have. I kind of thought if I was going to direct something at first, like, okay, well, it's got to be, I got to make sure everyone can watch it. Like that was my thing. I want to make sure it's, age appropriate for everybody. But I would just say if you have an idea, write it, get it out of your brain and onto some paper, and then don't be afraid to film it and get it done. I mean, I was kind of a little nervous before I was going to do this film because I know it's kind of a harder topic, but something inside me was like, no, like you really need to do this. And now would be so upset with myself if I never followed through with that.
Right. And it is, human trafficking is a very hard topic, but it's a needed topic.
Absolutely.
It is a needed topic because I'm actually a grandmother who's raising grandchildren. And it was a point, actually, I did an event in Arlington, and we did a backpack drive, and we were giving away free backpack and school supplies at a library, and the parents was coming in. So we kind of had like a little moment to talk with the children, and we were asking them about what do they know about human trafficking. And the majority, all of the kids, let me not say majority, because this was, sorry, I'm putting Arlington School District on blast, but they said that they didn't know anything. And I was like, well, is your school talking about it? They was like, no. And the parents was like, no. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is serious, because how many kids are walking home from school that come up missing?
Yeah.
They don't know what to look out for,
No, it is scary. And I remember I had friends my age when I first learned about it. And I would kind of be like, yeah, I'm performing, and like we're bringing awareness about human trafficking. And I had a friend say, was that just like traffic, like when you drive? And I'm like, girl, y'all need to be educated about this because it's scary, and it's our world, unfortunately, right now.
Wow. And that's, again, you have to be brave about these topics. And I like what you said about not being afraid about what you want to write about. Of course, some of us, not everybody is kid friendly about what they write about, because that what makes us different. But if it's something that's laid on your heart and it's nudging at you to write about it, I agree, write about it, because I feel, I'm spiritual, of course, that was given to you for a reason, and it needs to be told. So I agree with you. Whatever it is, just write it. Just write it out. Don't even worry about how it's formatted. Just tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's my advice. Just tell the story. and then you worry about the other stuff later. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. 100%. Now, you wrote this, correct?
Yes, I did.
Um, did you face any creative blocks? And if so, how did you push through them?
I definitely did with this because I knew the concept somewhat of what I wanted to do. I was kind of going back and forth. Do I want to show how my character Faith was abducted? Do I need to show that? Is there a way I can go without showing that? And actually, in my first draft, the reason I had this titled as Branded, I initially, because the script was initially about 15 pages and I needed to get it down to about 9 to 10. And so in the 15-page first draft that I had it that my character Faith actually had a tattoo marking that was like her new identity and kind of her brand to start off with. And then I really kind of had to think about it. I was like, is this necessary to really tell my full story on like what I'm really trying to focus on? So I kind of had to really narrow it down because I feel that this story could actually be a feature, and like really fully go in depth with everything. So I think that was probably the challenging part, was getting a strong story in a 10-minute time frame.
Wow. Trust me, do I know about that?
Yeah.
Trying to get it down. I mean, especially when your mind is, when you finally get going, it's like, I gotta cut some stuff out. Yeah. So definitely I have been there and definitely done that. Is there anything you want to share with us about what you have coming up next? What are your plans as a filmmaker? What do you have going on?
So right now I'm actually in post-production for another short film that we actually filmed in north of Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And we actually filmed it in my family's hometown called Valley View, Texas, which my Aunt Karen's still here. That's where she grew up. Hey. But it's been a work in progress because this one was also a short film that initially my first edit was about 27 minutes long, and I'm now trying to get that at least under 20 minutes. So, but once that's completed, I'm looking to do a screening somewhere in the North Dallas area for it. And then I'll also be taking that one to film festivals too. And that one's a completely different genre, but it was a great crew for that one as well. I was more on the producing and kind of directing side of that project as well.
Oh, okay. Well, awesome. I'm excited about that. Well, definitely let us know. Ladies in film, we love supporting. So let me know, shoot me an email, and we would definitely try to get that word out when your premiere happens. Yes. Yes. Well, let me just say again, thank you so much for coming out. You have been an amazing guest. I wish you all of the luck for your project. We're super excited about it. I want to know one thing. How, I know it's in festivals, but is can they see it anywhere else out? Or
right now, I can't have it publicly anywhere.
Right.
I learned that through the film festival thing as well, because I was getting to upload right now. But I have about probably so far, I know I have like, a good amount of festivals I'm waiting to hear back for starting next year. So hopefully whenever I'm finally decide I'm done with the film festival process, I'll be able to upload it publicly.
All right. Awesome. And you are following the rules, because that is definitely true, but I still wanted to ask, so she follows the rule, y'all. And hi, Aunt Karen.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're so welcome. You're welcome. Well, thank you so much, Sydney, for joining us. Again, we wish you all the luck, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. We will make the big announcement in January, the end of January. So we got a couple of more weeks, and before she found out where it goes. But with this great support system, hey, we don't know what's going to happen. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining. It looks like my next guest is backstage. So y'all stay on and finish watching with us. We invite y'all to stay on. But thank you again, Sydney.
Thank you so much.
All right. You have a good one.
Thank you too.
All right, everybody. That was Sydney Cope, and she has a short film called Branded. You guys wait. I promise you, this movie is definitely something you're going to want to watch. But because she's in film festival, she follows the rules, and we can't share it yet. Okay? So congratulations, Sydney, and we just wish her the best. Backstage, everybody, we got our next guest. BJ Blast, y'all. Now he's coming on the music side of the industry, and we're super excited to have him back there. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on our next guest. Now, again, we can't see your claps. We can't hear you. Well, let me say, we can see. We can't hear your claps. So go ahead and put some hearts and some loves so we can bring up our next guest. And actually, you know what? I'm going to show his video first because I do have his video. I'm going to share the video, and then we're going to bring him on. So hold on, y'all. Don't leave. Y'all going to miss this video. So give me just 1 second, y'all. This video is so cute. The colors. I'm a color person, so watch this. Hold on. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I have the audio.
BJ, you watch him. If he drop shoe, we gon' pop him. Serving the junk in my Prado. Drink out little baby bottles. Lean, lean, lean. Stop him. Cause nigga, you know I'm a problem. Y'all really ain't killers and robbers. You really at home with your mama. You talk out for bing, bing, bing. I scream, you scream. Pretty girl, they love ice cream. When I go in deep, I make her ice cream. But hold on, I'm back on the nigga. He didn't regret what he did, so I'm finna blitz him. I swear when I see him, I split him off with his head. Just make sure the package delivers. Just make sure the package delivers. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. You gang, but let's slide on the nigga. I beat the pussy up on the designated hitter. You wanna go big, I go bigger. Your girl and my girl, they just scissor. Shoot 3 edge middle. Got me Mike Jackson, I thriller. Give me a red jacket, cause my wrist is froze like a blizzard. My wrist is flow like a blizzard. She like when her head in the pillow. The body I caught in the river. I put some money up for my mama and her mental. The girl that I'm fucking do dinner. Big body Benz AMG, she not pushing no rental. Hey, hey. Big body Benz AMG, she not pushing no rental. I scream, you scream, pretty girl, they love ice cream. When I go in deep, I make her ice cream. Not on your vanilla, tastes better than chocolate. Kiss you right on your strawberry. Get on top of this rocky road. I let you serve it all over my cone. Watch him. If he drop shoe, we gon' pop him. Serving the junk in my Prado. Drink out little baby bottles. Lean, lean, lean. Stop him. Cause nigga, you know I'm a problem. Y'all really ain't killers and robbers. You really at home with your mama. You tough out for bing, bing, bing. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. Lean, lean, lean. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. You wanna go big, I go bigger. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. Lean, lean, lean. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. You wanna go big, I go bigger. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. You wanna go big, I go bigger. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. Lean, lean, lean. Y'all getting money, but I just get the money quicker. Lean, 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 lean.
All right, all right, all right. Without further ado, we're going to bring on our guest. BJ Glass. Hi,
Hey,
BJ.
hey, how you doing?
Doing all right. How about you?
Doing good.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Well, I see you got some fans that then logged on.
Okay, okay. Let me see if I can. Boom. There we
All
go.
right. Yes, we got some fans that have logged on. Thank you so much for joining us. Come on and talk to us. Tell us who you are for those that don't know, and what got you in this industry, and why did you submit to TIFA, Texas Indie Filmmaker Award?
Well, I'm BJ Blast from Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, for what?
Straight out of Fort Worth, Texas. I getting into music was really kind of random because I've always been musically inclined, but I never just wanted to make music or anything like that. I don't know. I played football in college, so that was my whole little deal. I was trying to make it to the NFL. And after that, one day I just had a day, and wrote something down, and it popped for me. And now my fans won't let me stop making music.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm so excited for you.
Thank
And so how did you hear about Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards?
My team, my manager and all of that stuff, so I'm kind of under German Girl Productions as well, and they do a lot of film and movies. They were actually nominated for an award, so they helped start the submitting process for me as well. And I don't know what they got cooked up over there, but they got me in touch with you, so they doing something right.
I love it. I love it. I love colors, and I love the way that that video just popped, like all the ice creams and colors, and even the attire that you guys had on. It just popped. I mean,
All right.
who shot this video for you?
So, it was a German Girl Productions film. It was directed by Ted Masola and Arian Ham.
Oh, say no
Um,
more, Tad.
okay,
I
you
know
know about
Tad.
Ted, huh?
Yes,
That's a bad man. That's a
yes. He
bad man.
actually won this year for best editor.
Is that right?
Yes, he did.
Go Ted, you go, boy. Man, Ted a bad man. I done been on plenty of movie sets with him, putting hours and hours and days into work. And I really respect his craft. Like I ain't never seen nobody work harder than that man when it come to that type stuff. So
Wow, wow. So
that's
tell me this. Um, how did you collaborate with the artists or performers to actually bring your vision to life? Did you have to collaborate? I mean, I saw your dancers and people that was in it. How did you get all that together?
Um, I just got a big support system, so it was kind of like part of it was, hey, you want to be in a video, and part of it was like, hey, I need you, like you come hang out. I got the bottle, just come hang out a little bit. So a lot of them thought they were, just all good vibes. I got the beat from a producer called 88 Global. 88, shout out 88. I was listening in the car with another great artist out of Fort Worth named Siani Mills, and we were just listening to beats. We were actually on the way to the studio for her, and I was like, I like that beat, and she was like, well, let me see if I can get 88 to get sign off on it. And he's done beats for like Big X the Plug and stuff like that. So just connecting the dots. That's what it's all about. The name of the game is just who you know and what you know.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Well, and you say you've been doing music. How old were you when you started in music?
Well, technically, I've been playing the drums my whole life since I was
Oh,
in diapers with no shirt on, so I could play the drums. But as far as like wanting to make music and do music, I never thought that. So I started making music in 2020, like COVID era. So pretty recently, these are some of my first few songs ever. So
really? One thing I could say about COVID, it brought a lot out of us, period, everybody, because all you had time was to isolate and become creative or do something to keep you from going crazy, right? You
Yep.
figure out
100%.
something. I mean,
100%.
and pianos, people start sewing, people start everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and for you to say, I mean, because you're musically inclined, but for you to say that you just started doing this rapping in 2020?
Just fell in my lap.
Wow.
Just fell in my lap. I know, right?
I'm sitting there like, wow.
Yeah, you got me blushing. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, wow. I mean, that is amazing. I'm so glad that, artists and believe it or not, I'm old school, but we just celebrated rap 50th anniversary of rap
Mm.
last year. So I was about 6 years young when rap came out. When rap, so
Okay,
you come,
right.
I was, I used to rap back in my day. It ain't
Yeah.
been too long. Actually, I was just rapping not too long ago on TikTok. But I love rap. I
Now
love
I gotta
rap
go
music.
follow you on TikTok so I can go hear you rap. I ain't
Don't,
gonna put you on
don't
the
go look for
spot,
that
but yeah,
video.
I'm gonna go find you now.
So, what is your favorite? I love rap, but I love all genres of music. What is your favorite genre of music?
Me personally, I like R&B. I'm real soulful, so I'm a huge fan of the R&B. Like just cut the vibes on, a candle and some wine. That I'm that type of vibe.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And I love me some R&B. Like I say, I love all gospel, of course, because I sing gospel. But I love all music. I don't discriminate. But okay,
Yes, sir.
I can see that vibe even in this video, this rap video. I could see the way that you moved, and even with the attire, you had that little groove. So okay.
Yeah, a little bit, a little something. So
Let
that's
me ask you
definitely my
this.
favorite.
If you could direct a music video for any artist, whether they're past, present, who would it be and why?
Tell Chris Brown to call me. Tell Chris Brown to call me. I just like how he just so talented. He could jump in both lanes. He could dance. His videos be pretty creative too. Like I'm starting to notice he do a lot of like short films and stuff like that in
In the
he's real
video.
creative with the videos. That's kind of what I'm into. Like I don't like just I like putting thought into what I'm doing. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So I don't. I tell Chris Brown to call me, and we can go from
So
there.
would that be somebody you would like to possibly collaborate with one day?
100%. It's coming. It's
All right,
coming.
we gonna have to make sure y'all start tagging Chris Brown
Yeah.
in this live.
Tell
Start
him call
tagging Chris
me.
Brown. We got
You
a
know,
fan right here.
right here. Yeah, I've always been a fan of like Michael Jackson and that type. So, my grandma, my nana had the Wii in her living room, so I go over there just to play the Wii. She thought I was going for her, but I'll go in to play the Michael Jackson.
I remember that we had the Wii, and we had our grandkids. They had the Michael Jackson. Did you ever play that game on the Wii? The Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's what I'm
So that's
talking
the
about.
one you talking about.
Yes. So I definitely like that type of music. Just good vibes.
Oh boy. Let me
Classic.
ask you this: what was your favorite moment during the shoot, and what was the biggest challenge you had to overcome?
My favorite moment, probably seeing everybody. Probably the ice cream truck pulling up. That was probably my favorite moment. Because I had met a guy at a school. He was a ice cream truck driver. He owned his own ice cream truck, and I was like, man, I need to shoot a video. He didn't speak any English, and we translating over the phone, trying to set it up how I can get him there. And when he actually pulled up, I was like, that's pretty cool. Like he came. So that's probably my favorite moment as far as like what was my most challenging moment. Was that the other question?
Yes, challenging. Yes.
Um so with Ted being very particular, and him just he just real attention to detail. I My shoot took all day, so of course trying to keep all the extras and everybody just like, hey,
On
so some
set.
of them, yeah. But I've dealt with a lot of it too as well. I've done a lot of film as well, so that I understand it. But getting everybody else that's not necessarily into film, that could, that could be difficult.
Yeah, and being on set all day, it's not it's not easy. So people need to really respect our talent and our work, because what we
Definitely.
put out is, you see the finished product, but to get there, it ain't easy. Right?
Man,
Am I right or wrong?
days, weeks. You right, so right, months. My goodness, the production part behind everything. They just might hear that 2 minute song, but it might have took me 6 months to get it to where it was hearable to anybody else. So I definitely respect anybody doing film or any creative in general. I'm,
So what do you have? What are you working on now? What projects are you working on now?
right now I just been overloading on music. Try to keep it fresh, make sure I always got something that at any moment I could drop. I'm big on finding the right times to peak as far as music. I just recently finished scoring a film,
Oh,
reflections. So I do a lot of that too as far as the music aspect in film. I had a movie called Reflections through German Girl Productions that I scored all of the music for. So all of the music and the placement of where it went and where it goes for the whether it's 8 seconds or a minute long, that's me. I
wow.
so I do a lot of that. I was in the Triple D Revenge movie. That was the Mo 3 movie. So I did that one as well. There was one I was just on set for maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, called Secrets in Yards. So that's
Okay,
supposed to be
yeah.
a big one coming up. All of these have been on Amazon Prime and Tubi and things like that. But the Secrets in Yards one is the one I just wrapped up as far as new, as well as the reflections too. So now they're shooting the reflections too. Shout out Deanna Chandler. They keep me on my toes with that as well over there with the German Girl production. So
Yes. Wow.
working on
So you're
myself.
doing a lot.
I do a lot. I try to balance it out. It's gotta hit every angle.
That's right. And we definitely have to do that. Use all your gifts and all your talents to make your money.
Definitely, definitely. If I need Chris Brown to call me, I gotta figure it out, huh?
Are they tagging yet? I don't see nobody tagging anything. Y'all need to start tagging Chris Brown.
I need to start taking Chris Brown.
Let me ask you this. Um, as far as your music goes, um, was it, I know that you said that Chris Brown is somebody that you would work with, and you said Michael Jackson. I want to go back on Michael Jackson was someone that inspired you, and I'm a Michael Jackson fan as well. What was it, or what was it about Michael Jackson that, and do you mind me asking how old you are?
How old I look?
You look young,
I'm
in your
28.
20s.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Okay, yeah, you
I'm
look
20.
younger. So I know how old I am and how I love Michael Jackson. What was it about Michael Jackson? And in my mind, I'm thinking what you're going to say, but who knows? What was it
I,
about Michael Jackson that you love so much?
it was how his music is so timeless. Like even now today, even the kids today know Michael Jackson. Some artists they might have a time where they come and go, but you can cut on Michael Jackson in any time of the year and it'll fit, whether it's summer, winter, fall, and it's just, I guess, his artistry, the way that he pieced up together, and of course the dancing. I could dance, but I can't know Michael Jackson, Chris Brown dance. I got a little groove to me, but just all of that, just the artistry of it all is what make it special to me. And he was
Wow.
creative in his videos too, like Thriller and stuff
Very
like
creative.
that. So I don't know, people overlook all of that. I'm
Yes,
That's
Michael
music.
Jackson, I agree with you. He was very creative in everything that he did. I mean, it was no half stepping. Um, um, I mean, when he came out with something, you just sitting there like, wow,
Yeah.
wow. So that's definitely a nice person to look up to. And I can see with your video that there was definitely a lot of creativity put into it.
Yeah.
Yes, and with your personality, you seem a lot more laid back in person than what I saw on that video.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
try to.
true?
Yeah, definitely. I try to turn it on. I be having my little moments where I try to, but I am real cool, calm, and collect. I try to stay reserved, but I do have a great personality, which is why I try to make sure my videos are creative because nobody can know who you are without you giving it to them. So I try to
Right,
make it fun.
right.
That video, that ran me every, didn't turn me every way but loose, cause I just, it was just just wanting to make sure. I'm a perfectionist, so I hold on to songs for months before I even let it go, cause I always hear something, one little thing wrong, one little thing this. So that's how it was with that video. I'm like, it just got to be perfect.
That you know what? Honestly, that is good that you are a perfectionist, and because the thing of it is that you don't want to just put out no crap. And and sometimes people just rush, and just to say I did something,
Yeah.
but you want people to say that was good, and you
Right.
want people to continue to look at your stuff or listen to your music and things of that nature. So I applaud you for not rushing, for
Thank
being that
you.
perfectionist and giving quality music and quality videos.
Thank you. Thank you. People be so shocked when I tell them I make my own music at home. So they be like, "You didn't go to the studio?" I'm like, I record myself, I mix myself, I do all of it. So, and I
Wow.
just taught myself in COVID how to do everything. So,
Wow. Well, COVID was a blessing for you in a sense. And and honestly, it was a blessing for several people in a sense. Regardless, we did lose. I lost a lot of family members to COVID. And that part, of course, was never a blessing. But I learned a lot about myself, during the COVID and things where I literally, because I was all over the place, busy. And
right.
I think everybody had to sit down and literally find yourself.
Yep. 100% set you down somewhere.
Yeah. So, how can people find you on social media? How can they locate you? Share all that good information because we want to see. And how in your music are they able to purchase anywhere? Is it on iTunes or whatever? How can we
So
find
all of
it?
my music is everywhere, all platforms, Apple Music. The ice cream video is on Apple Music as well. YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, anywhere, wherever you can click me, you can find me. Like I said, it's also in those Tubi movies. So pretty much everywhere, wherever you can buy and purchase on iTunes as well. Just whatever you listen to, and
Okay.
Instagram as well. Instagram, all of the above. All of my names are the same on pretty much everything. BJ
Okay. So
Blast with two
BJ
T's.
Blast, and that's with one S or two
With
T's.
BJ Blast with two T's.
I see that two T's because I think someone when they submitted they had two S's. So we better make sure we get that part right. But it's two
Yes,
T's.
yes, please get it right.
Two T's. All
Uh,
right. And do you have somebody up look like your manager out here say you have other albums? Do you have other albums?
I do. So I got let me, oh goodness, on the spot. I do have other albums which you can locate on iTunes and Apple Music as well. And who knows, be on the lookout. I could drop some more music tomorrow or this weekend. Who knows?
Okay. So we need to be on the lookout for more music from BJ Blast.
Definitely,
All
definitely.
right. Well, you know what? I want to tell you thank you so much for joining us tonight. Is there anything that you want to share with us that I didn't ask? anything you got going on that you want to share with us tonight, this time is yours.
Man, what's crazy is this probably my favorite interview. I ain't never had. I've had a lot of interviews, but I never had nobody be so personable. Like you was fun to talk to, so I
Thank
appreciate you
you.
for having me on here today. It's just even being up for consideration for the Texas Indie Filmmakers Award. Like that's big. Like
Well, you know what? You just made my day. He said that's big. Okay, claim it in the name of Jesus. Thank
yeah,
you.
that's big. You hear me? That's big. So I'm just glad to be here, to be recognized, to just see my hard work being put on the pedestal. That's all.
Well, I thank you for that, and we thank you so much for submitting. And as I told the young lady before you, that the whole purpose of the Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards is not a Dallas Fort Worth. I'm from Fort Worth too, so it's not a Dallas
Mm.
Fort Worth thing, and I don't want people to think that it's Texas. I love Texas. I am a Texan, so I want people to see that just like California, just like Atlanta, LA, those things, we can actually do things just like that. We can produce quality products. We could do just things just like that. So I appreciate the fact that you and all the other artists that have entered their films into Texas Indie Filmmaker Award. That makes us feel appreciated as well, because that proves to us that we are doing something right in this industry, and we want to be able
Definitely.
to spotlight you guys and show what you're doing, and not only that, recognize you and applaud you, because sometimes we don't get the applause that we need and what that we deserve. You look at the Oscars and you look at the Grammys, and not to say that we will never make it there. I've put movies out there, not to say that we will never make it there, but we can do our own thing right here in Texas at the Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards. Okay.
You hear me? Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So yeah, I appreciate that. Oh, and be on the lookout for a new series here coming up soon that I'm gonna be starring in called Sweet Tweet.
Oh, sweet tweet. And it's a series?
The series. So be on
Okay.
the lookout for that too.
All right. Well, y'all heard that. How to follow BJ Blast on all social media platforms. There could be another album or some songs drop. So if you
Yeah.
want to find out, follow him. And we want to thank you so much again for joining us. We had other guests that were scheduled to come on, but I guess something happened. We'll try to see, can we reschedule them to get them at another time. But thank you so much
Thank you.
for
Thank
coming
you.
on. And y'all, this concludes our show for tonight. And y'all stay tuned, because we might be seeing BJ Blast again. Who knows? I'm not the judge, but we got judges that's going to go through and see what's up with BJ Blast. All
I
right.
heard that. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for joining. And we thank all of y'all for tuning in with him tonight and sharing your love. And we wish you all a good night. Thank y'all for joining.